There are three stages: ID, ego, and superego. Stage 1 is ID. Stage 1, ID, is the impulsive and unconscious part of our psyche. It is not affected by logic or our everyday world. It's the idea that every wishful impulse should be satisfied immediately, regardless of the consequences. Stage 2 is ego. It's the part of the ID that has been modified by the direct influence of the external world. It's the decision-making component of the personality. The ego works by reason, whereas the ID is chaotic. Stage 3 is superego. It incorporates the values and morals of society. It controls the ID's impulses. It persuades the ego to turn to moralistic goals rather than simply realistic ones to strive for perfection. There are 5 stages to Sigmund Freud's psychosexual theory. The oral stage is the pleasure center around the mouth and the ingestion of food. As you can see from our example, the baby gets pleasure from sucking on the pacifier after teething. The anal stage has to do with the bowel and bladder control. It is the withholding elimination until its ultimate release is a source of pleasure. The phallic stage is when a child begins to develop attraction towards the opposite sex, or in a non-sexual way as demonstrated by the puppet show previously, when a boy is in competition with his dad for his mother's attention. The latency stage is when the child begins to experience pleasure around social interaction. This involves emotionally acceptable relationships to reduce the tension experienced in the phallic stage. The last and final stage is the genital stage. This is a time of sexual awakening. This is when the child begins to express sexual urges towards the opposite sex, which may lead to the childbirth and marriage.